Krennic's troops are in the area!
Orders! Fall back! Get out of here! Take cover! Oh, shit!
I'm Herman Hulst, I'm the Managing Director for Guerrilla Games. I feel like I kind of finally understand my wife, having given birth, so to say. But no, honestly, it's been great. The feedback has been hugely positive. We've come from a game, Killzone 1, that was received pretty okay, a 7 out of 10 on average. And now with the average scores well north of 9. It's the guys back at the studio are ecstatic, and talking to a lot of the guys here at the Game Developers Conference, getting all that feedback from the peers has been phenomenal. I think it's fair to say that there was quite a lot of pressure on the project from the beginning, but it's an important realization that that pressure was very much self-imposed. So we created that trailer that was released. It's quite infamous now at the E3 in 2005, but it was our own creation, it was our own vision for the game. And I think we're at Guerrilla quite good at putting that pressure upon ourselves. We like to shoot for the stars, and that's just the company culture. That's just how we select the people that join the team and that work with us. So because it's self-imposed, it's kind of a lot easier to deal with. The most difficult thing, I think, was that we for a long time couldn't talk about the game. And it was in development for 4 years, and for quite a while we had nothing to say to our friends and family, and that makes it kind of difficult. But once we could come out and show a level, people knew at least what we were doing, and that made it a lot easier for us. In Killzone 1 we actually had 4 playable characters, and we clearly took a very good view on what worked and what did not work. We did a solid post-mortem on Killzone 1. One of the things that we conscientiously changed was the fact that we, in Killzone 2, had 1 playable character. I think that the simple reasoning was that we didn't want to spread ourselves too thin on the scripting. You're essentially, in a way, creating 4 games, and we didn't want to do that, so we wanted to have 1 story, basically, that we're telling, and wanted to do it well. So that's the reasoning behind that. People think that Killzone 2 is all about the graphics, but if you go back to that original trailer, I think we can break it down to 3 things. It was, first of all, the intensity of the gameplay experience, secondly, the chaos of the world in which the players submerged, and thirdly, the benchmark of the visuals. And if I look back and I sort of evaluate that against the title, then against the trailer, then I think we have matched that chaos and that intensity, and I think in many ways we've surpassed that visual benchmark. So what we were after in terms of controls was an experience that's a little bit slower, a little bit heavier, perhaps inspired by Killzone Liberation, somewhat more tactical as well than your average shooter, and that comes back in the controls as well. So sometimes things are a little bit slower, but that's very much conscientious as far as I'm concerned. We did have 1 issue with regards to the responsiveness of the system. I think there was an unnecessary 1 frame delay, so 1/30th of a second. And to many people that can be quite annoying, so we patched that and we fixed that, so fortunately. So the multiplayer, I think from day 1, was always going to be as important as the single player campaign. And what we set as the ambition for it was, first of all, it had to look just as good, which I think is exceptional for a multiplayer compared to single player. We also wanted it to be very customizable, so we let you tweak the game, we let you select every single option that we have available. We also were after a very accessible game, so there's something for everyone there. You can pick it up and play, and it's an easy, quick join. But when you, as a new player, get into the game, the weapons that you've got available will, I think, give you a very balanced experience. So you're not outgunned by people that have been playing and have been making progress through the ranks quite a bit already. So it's well balanced, and it was another very important aspect of that. We've had Killzone 2 multiplayer up and running for about 3 years now. So what we do at the studio is every single Friday everybody drops whatever they're doing and they play the game online. We call it our Friday Frag Fest. It's 5 p.m. And what that does is, well, first of all, everybody understands what the game is that we're making, but more importantly, the game designers, the online designers, get feedback from everybody in the company. When you get that much early user testing, I think that greatly adds value to the balancing, to the quality, that tells you what works, what doesn't. So I think it's had a major positive impact on the final product.
Glad to see you're back in action. Now we just need to rendezvous with our platoons in the city.
Yeah, so the story of Killzone 2 is it's an important element of it. It's the first time that we're taking the war back to the home planet of the enemy. So Killzone 1, as you know, was placed on Vector, and now we're part of this. Let's call it a preemptive strike. We're going in to Helghan. What's great about that is we let you explore the world of the Helghast. And at the end of the day, I think Killzone 2 is much more about action than it is about storytelling. But we have on Killzone.com, and I recommend everybody just checks that out, a great deal of background, so go check it out. The way I look at the release of Killzone 2 last February is it's very much the beginning of an ongoing service. So we're very committed to backing it up with more content, and I think you can expect that at regular and frequent intervals. And you know, it'll include some interesting things, and we'll come back to you I think pretty soon with some more details on that.